second question comes from Faye in New Zealand, who also has been on my mentoring program for a long time. And what Faye is asking about is how to strengthen the engagement within your Facebook group. So for instance, when I first started Hypnosis Business Success, which is this group, a number of years ago, I had to be on it every day. So I had to be the one that started the post, engaged with everybody, asked the right questions. So how do we strengthen engagement? First of all, what needs to happen is that people need to feel like it's part of a inclusive community, so that they feel like their opinion matters. So when I first started this particular Facebook group, I actually went out to the group and asked them what they wanted in terms of theme days and so on, and I did that. So people felt like they were part of a community. It wasn't just my group that I was creating and I ran it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, when you create your own Facebook group, you have to post every day to begin with. So many of you would know that now I don't post every day on this particular group, but that's because other people do. That's because there's already high engagement there. That's because there are so many leaders in the group. There are so many influencers in the group that I don't need to post every day anymore to get that engagement. But at the beginning, I definitely did. The third thing is, with Facebook groups, you know, it's not just about numbers, it's about quality of participants. So many people, there's various tricks in terms of what I call dirty tricks to get your numbers up. So for instance, you know, you could go on upwork.com and pay a whole stack of people from India to like your page, and then you could have 5,000 followers. I've never done that, and that's because I think it lacks integrity. I would never do something like that. It sort of stinks. And secondly, what happens is that your message gets watered down because you're sending out all these messages to people and talking to people, and then it's not a real audience, it's a fake audience, and people know. So it's very obvious to see the fake groups, because you go into a fake group and an administrator may ask a question and there's one like and one response. It's obviously a fake group because there's no engagement. So with this particular group here, I make sure that not only are they real people that are coming into the group, that they are therapists that come into the group. And therefore, the engagement is high because there's a high quality group here, which is that they're all therapists and they're all in this group. So I won't allow in sales people or marketing people or whatever. The other thing is that people don't want to be sold to all the time. And so that's why you have to make sure that you jump on top of people that are promoting outside of promotion day. So as you know, in this group, promotion day is, always make sure that people put that hashtag Talk It Up Tuesday, and they're promoting only on that Tuesday. Sometimes our USA friends end up posting on what's our Wednesday, but that's okay because it's their Tuesday, as long as it's their Tuesday. So enforcing those rules. And also, this is a group, with my group, Hypnosis Business Success, where people know not to be negative. They know that they can't slam someone here. They know that this is not a place for gossip here. This is not acceptable. So I only want people in this group who are positive and who are here to support one another so that we could be stronger. So if you don't like someone, or if you don't agree with someone's methodology, you know, this is not the group to slam them. You know, you would find another group where that activity happens, but it's not allowed here under any circumstances. So this is all about having a group that's supportive and loving, to help one another be stronger and be the credible profession that we are and deserve to be known as. And so I think the first thing, also to answer your question, Faye, is that what kind of culture do you want to have in your group? And if it is a loving culture, because that's, I know that's who you are, it is to make sure that culture is carried through. So you also need to ask questions to your group participants that are easy to answer. So if you ask them a very complicated question and you want everybody involved, then chances are they're not going to answer. But if you ask a question where they don't look foolish or they don't look silly, if they've answered it truthfully and honestly, you'll get a higher engagement. What do I mean by that? So for instance, if I ask the question, what's your favorite movie? I would get a much higher response than if I ask the question, how do you feel about your self-worth, as an example. So when people feel less vulnerable, they will open up more. And so what you do need is you need higher engagement so that people can see the posts that are coming out. So theme days are good as well. So making sure that every day is a special theme day, but also encouraging people to to post whenever they need to post as well. So I guess, in terms of strengthening your Facebook group, they're the key points, which is at the very beginning, making sure that you have daily contact. And once you find that other people are taking over and other people are posting a lot and people are engaging with them, then you don't need to do that anymore. The community has taken over the group, and the community is speaking on behalf of the administrator, which is what you want. This is the group that I wanted. I wanted a group where everybody helps one another. This is not a place where I know everything and everybody else is learning. That's not it at all. I'm learning, everyone's learning. We're all teachers, we're all students. And so it's about the experts, which is everybody, because everyone has an expertise in something, coming forward to contribute and to ask questions. And the more that you ask, the more you're going to get out of it. So there's some tips there in terms of strengthening your own Facebook group. Is make it fun as well. It's not always serious. Make sure that it's fun, that there's fun stuff happening, and that there's also a bit of personality and personal stuff there too. So you would know that on Sundays in this group, it's #SoulSunday, where I encourage people to put up a personal picture, something that sings to your soul. It could be an animal that you've got. It could be a beach that you go to. It could be your favorite breakfast. Doesn't really matter. So no judgment-free zone. So putting up theme days, being engaging. So you've got to remember that social media is social media, which means it's social. And that means that when somebody puts a comment up, you have to respond to it. It's rude not to. So it's just like somebody you're talking to. So you might be at a networking event and somebody says a comment. You're not going to turn your back and just walk away because you just heard the comment but you haven't responded. You need to respond to comments. And so that's what social media is about, is responding, and really responding. Not just putting the same response to every person that's put a comment, but actually thinking about what that person has said and responding appropriately. So that the person feels heard. And that's important. People in Facebook forums and in real life need to feel heard. So if they're saying something or they're giving something of themselves to you, you need to honor that and listen to that and respond to that appropriately. I hope that's been helpful. For the rest of you, if you want to know anything more about the work that I'm doing, I've got a free webinar which is on the link above, and you can watch the next free webinar at the next allocated time. And I want to remind everybody now that it's, my God, at the end of the year, that March 2020 at the Gold Coast, we have 52 speakers from over 10 countries. This is a landmark hypnosis event at the Gold Coast in Surfers Paradise in Australia. We have the Elmans, we have Beryl Coma, we have Joanna Cameron, we've got Sheila Granger, and we have so many others that are top in their field and experts in their field which have never come to Australia before, who will be presenting. So go to hypnobizaustralia.com, hypnobizaustralia.com, to find out about this incredible event, which is mid-March next year. So have a good one. And if you have any questions about anything at all, I'm contactable at helen@helenmitas.com for anything that you would like. See you later. Bye.